Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome! TML64 back with part 35, the last part of my Pokémon Black 2 LP, at least for the Japanese version anyway. After this part, it's all going to be through the English version once it's released next week worldwide. So, being the final part, we are going to fight the Elite Four and the Champion with my current team. Alright, so let's begin. We'll start by going to... This is the order I always fight the Elite Four in, so it's just my thing. And I believe that all Elite Four members got a new battle screen introduction just like this. And thank goodness, Game Freak, you've made it a lot quicker to access them now. I really hated Black and White for always being slow to actually get to them. It takes like, what, 20 seconds just to get to one of the Elite Four? And I gotta say, that was a pretty creepy intro. So, here we are with the first Elite Four member, Shauntal. It hasn't changed at all in the last 3 years. Well, in the game's time anyway, it's only been a year and a half for me. The Elite Four is exactly the same. Pursuing a dream is a challenge to the world. I am incomparable to you. The ghost Pokemon were in your favor. Okie dokie. Alright, so here we go. Our first Elite Four member. Elite Four member, Shauntal. A ghost user. And knowing what our first Pokemon is, I knew it was going to be Cofagrigus. Why? Because Cofagrigus is just a bastard, that's why. Alright, so I'm going to start off with Zoroark, which is, well, disguised as a Starmie. And I already have a little something to take care of this thing. Cofagrigus probably doesn't know that I'm actually a Zoroark, so I'm just going to use a nasty plot to buff myself entirely. Because if I did that, I'd completely, you know, wipe her entire team. He goes for a Will-O-Wisp, but thankfully it missed. It wouldn't have worked anyway because I have a Rostberry being held, so if he did burn me, it wouldn't even do a thing. Alright, so Cofagrigus is dead in one shot. Look at that. Can't believe it. Zoroark is a badass after a nasty plot. Okay, so Zoroark got a good amount of XP. Her next Pokemon is now Golurk, another ghost type, obviously, because she is a ghost user after all. Okay, this one's ground and ghost. I shouldn't have any trouble taking it out with another Dark Pulse, so here we go again. And look at that, that's just beautiful. 2 of our Pokemon taken out in one shot already. So it looks like this is going to be a complete clean sweep for Zoroark. Her next Pokemon is Chandelure. This Pokemon would be troublesome because apparently this, everyone knows Chandelure. It's 145 base special attack. That's dangerous, very dangerous. So I'm going to take it out with another Dark Pulse, obviously, because in Nasty Plot, even a Chandelure won't survive that. Chandelure, unlike a lot of fire types, has some pretty decent defenses because... What, it's a freaking Chandelier. I don't know, are they supposed to be defensive? I can't be certain, but who cares? It's dead, that's all I care about. Zoroark grew to level 61, which is even better, and our next Pokemon is going to be Drifblim. Now this Pokemon would be a joke now. I mean, Drifblim, this is probably the weakest of all defensive Pokemon, ghost type-wise in the game. I mean, what, its base defense is like 30 or something? Very, very low. I mean, what do you expect? It's a balloon! Doesn't mean I don't like it. I love balloons. I don't know why. I always liked balloons, even as a kid. I mean, who doesn't when you're a kid? You love balloons. I just like balloons. What do I get? What can I say? Anyway, first Elite Four member was beaten in the first 3.5 minutes. Now that's something, like a new record or something. I don't know. The battle was excellent. Thank you. Okay, well that takes care of our first Elite Four member. We're on to our next one now. And the next one is going to be... Oh, Repel wore off. As if... Alright, the next Elite Four member now is, what's-his-face, Marshal, the kickboxer. That's a pretty sweet intro. And there he is now. Okay, so before we begin, I'm going to switch my Pokemon out because Zoroark is not the kind of Pokemon to go against a fighting type. So in this case, I'm going to switch to, let me see, I think I'll switch to Magmortar because Magmortar packs Psychic, so it should do something to him. Fight until you've got nothing left. That is how you develop your strength. I am still the strongest. Don't mock my power. Alright, so here we go. Number 2, Elite Four member Marshal, the fighting type. Okay, so I don't think he should be much of a problem. He was quite hard to beat in the first one, but I don't know. His first Pokemon's a Throw. Thankfully, this is the one that does not have Sturdy, so Magmortar might be able to take it out in one shot, if I'm lucky enough. So I'm gonna go straight with a Psychic and hope for the best. Well, it didn't take him out, but it did lower his special defense. I just hope he doesn't pack... Well, that, actually. Yeah, he went with a Bulldoze. That's not going to go well for Magmortar. Particularly because it's going to lower my speed. I don't want to risk Magmortar going through another one of them, but Oh, screw it, I'll take the chance. Oh, thank goodness, I'm still faster than him. Alright, I was afraid that he might be a little faster because Bulldoze does lower your speed. It's a ground-type version of Icy Wind, for crying out loud. Alright, so Magmortar got some EXP, so it's superior. Next one is Conkeldurr. So now, this is where it gets dangerous. Conkeldurr is just such a pain in the butt. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with superior for this, because if I can Leech Seed this idiot, I should have a better chance at it. Okay, Conkeldurr, this thing has got huge amount of bulk, and that's an understatement. This thing is so strong, its speed is kind of like lowish, but what do you expect? He's got Hammer Arm, which will lower his own speed, but at the same time, it won't matter too much. I'm going to just keep coiling myself now to raise my defense, attack, and accuracy, because it seems like the best move now, because I could use all the defense I need against this thing. So, coil again, and here we go. Up the attack, defense, and accuracy, which is brilliant for superior, because a Pokemon that uses high critical hit ratio attack that isn't 100% accurate is really, really useful. Okay, so I've managed to get up one coil so far. Superior is a little weak, but he's still getting HP back from the Leech Seed Conkeldurr is constantly being sapped from. Plus, the coil is making me more defensive and offensive at the same time, making it more resistant each turn every time you use Hammer Arm. I'm only worried the most about getting a critical hit from this thing, because he could be dangerous if I get a critical hit. I don't want to risk it because it's too much at stake here, so I'm going to use a Hyper Potion on Superior, just because it seems like the most logical thing to do. So, Superior gets back to full health. Conkeldurr is going to have some hard time hitting me now because of my amounts of coils and so on. Anyway, his HP is now just about half. I think I have enough power now to take him out with a single Leaf Blade, so I shall go with that. Leaf Blade! And that takes care of Conkeldurr, and it was a critical hit too, which is even better. Thank goodness for that increased accuracy. Although accuracy doesn't affect critical hit ratio, it still makes my Aqua Tail hit more often. Anyway, his next Pokemon is Marshal. This thing was annoying. I'm pretty sure this thing packs acrobatics. So I'm just gonna go to Leaf Blade, hope for the best, and probably kill it. This thing, as far as I'm aware, doesn't have Sturdy, so yeah, that's what I expected. Alright, so that's Marshal taken. He's only got one left now. Which I think is, yeah, is Sock. I thought it was Sock. Alright, so Sock is his last Pokemon. This guy is a bit of an annoyance. He won't go down in a single shot because of his Sturdy, so I'm going to seed him, because I don't want to bother with the using his full restore and stuff. He's going to go with the Brick Break, trying to do what he could try to do, which he obviously didn't. Kill me! So he didn't, so I get the Leech Seed, get a little bit more HP, and now this should finish him off for good. Because once you take out his Sturdy ability, there's nothing that stops you. Sock isn't as defensive as his brethren, aka Throw, but he's more stronger. There's no ultimate Pokemon. No, I didn't read it fast enough. Who cares? The other one wasn't even translated, so I don't even care. Okay, so that's the second one. Marshal is beaten with no problem at all. Very good, though the fight continues on and on. Alright, so that's the second one done. We are now going on to the third one, which is Elite Four member Grimsley. And this guy I love because, I don't know, it's just something about his character reminds me of Count Dracula for some reason. Okay, so before we fight Grimsley, I'm going to, again, switch my Pokemon because it seems logical. So, he's a Dark-type user, so I'm going to switch into something that can resist Dark types, which will be Magnezone, because I have Signal Beam, so it might actually do a better job than my other Pokemon could do. So, I'm going to get myself some HP. I have a few fresh waters, might as well use them. Magmortar could use some, and one more. Okay, Magmortar is fully healed, and Superior is also fully healed. Okay, so I've used all my fresh waters, but all my Pokemon are back to full health. So now, let's go with Elite Four member number 3. God's light is shining. Who will it shine brighter on? It's determined by following a worthy path. These translations seem so literal. Alright, so number 3, Grimsley, the Dark-type user. Flick your coin at me, will ya? Alright, well, his first Pokemon is Liepard. I'm pretty sure this thing is going to use Fake Out on its first turn. So, Yeah, I can only just do what I can. Signal beam, I suppose. Yep, told you. Fake out. Lipard is known for being the fake out user of all the teams, but it doesn't matter anyway. He couldn't do much. He's gonna go with the Night Slash now. A joke of much damage to Magnezone. It didn't do a thing. Barely even scratched me. Alright, so, I go with a Signal Beam because, you know, it's super effective, and I take out Lipard in one shot. Good going, Magnezone. You got yourself some spark. Now, good thing I have a Shell Bell hold, because, you know, it will recover my HP over time. His next Pokemon is Crocodile, which will be a problem, so I'm going to switch into Superior, because Crocodile is Park Ground. I am pretty sure he's faster than Magnezone, so I want to take him out ASAP. So, with Crocodile being the ground type, Superior will obviously be faster than him, because Superior is the fastest out of, you know, all the starters in Black and White, as far as I'm aware. I'm gonna go with a Leaf Blade. His Intimidate did lower my attack stats, so I might not kill him in one shot, but my high critical hit ratio might make up for it. But neither of them did, so yeah, I take the damage. He goes at a Crunch, which did more than I hoped it would, but it doesn't matter because he goes with a full Restore, effectively sealing his fate, and my Leaf Blade shall finish him off in the next turn if this doesn't crit, which it didn't. Okay, so Leaf Blade shall finish off Crocodile. This annoying Crocodile, even though I love him, still hate Grimsley's one. Don't judge me. Alright, so that's him done. Who's next? Scrafty. Right, Scrafty could be... I don't know. Scrafty, this is gonna be tricky. Scrafty is only weak to fighting moves. I don't have any fighting moves on any of my Pokemon. I was gonna have Brick Break on Zoroark, but I don't have the TM for it yet, so I'm just gonna have to go with what Superior has. So, I'm gonna go with the Leaf Blade, and I think everyone will admit that Scrafty is a very, very bulky fighting dark type combo. You know what I mean? It's the only combo I can think of, but yeah, Scrafty's gonna be hard to beat. So I'm gonna go with the Leech Seed to give myself some assistance, which will effectively recover me of HP every turn, and I'm afraid of Scrafty packing maybe Fire Punch. I don't know if he has it or not, but I don't want to take that risk. I want to kill him fast and swiftly. So, another Leaf Blade, and it didn't do what I hoped for, but he went with the Poison Jab, which will hurt quite a bit, and he successfully poisoned me as well, which pretty much nulls my Leech Seed a bit. Now the good news is that I will recover more than they lose, or maybe the same amount, I'm not sure, but hopefully he doesn't use a full Restore, which he didn't, and that means Superior wins against Scrafty. Well done! Did me proud, Superior. Alright, well Superior grew to level 62, which is even great. Superior wants to learn Leaf Storm, but I don't want to because my Superior is a physical sweeper, so keep the old moves. Leaf Storm, don't get me wrong, is a great attack. Really, really good stab, really good power. The drawback is a bit of a hurt, but, you know. Alright, his last Pokemon is B-Sharp, and I think we all know who I'm going to use for this. Being a Steel type, I think Magmortar would do quite well against this. Magmortar is currently holding a Wide Lens, which increases the accuracy only slightly of all his moves, which will mean that Fire Blast is most likely going to hit. Which it did. And I can't see B-Sharp surviving it. No, I didn't think so. Alright, so that's B-Sharp taken out, and that's Elite Four number 3 finished. Oh, Grimsley, you so badass. I put in all my strength, and this is how chance rolled. A loss is a loss, and your victory glitters bright. Yes, you are radiant now indeed. Yes, I am radiant now indeed. Sure, whatever. Okay, last Elite Four member before the champion. And this one is... Good lord, how could I forget this woman? Can't remember her name. Dearie me. Oh, that's right, Caitlin. That's her name. Yes, alright. Okay, so before we fight her, which I have to admit is a very sparkly room, mind you, I gotta use a full Restore definitely on Superior, because he is, like, struggling to survive. Okay, well, I'm gonna switch Zoroark out now, because I think it's a good idea. Zoroark will be switched into... Let's see. It'll be switched. It will come out as a Starmie, so Zoroark will have the upper hand. Now, before I do anything, I want to give it a berry, because I fear that she might put me to sleep, so I'm going to give a Chesto Berry to Zoroark and get rid of the Rost Berry he held, which would be a good idea, because her first Pokemon is most likely going to be Marshal, so I might use Hypnosis. I can sense you. You're there. The strength and gentleness of a Pokemon trainer. A strong trainer. I remember someone like you. Yes, I'm sure you did. I was here 2 years ago. Or 3 years ago. Whatever. The timeline is so wrong in this. Anyway, Elite Four member number 4. Caitlin. Psychic user. And very hard time sleeping, of course. Right, her first Pokemon is just as I predicted. It's Masharna. Now, I'm pretty sure this thing has Hypnosis. That's exactly why I gave Zoroark a Chesto Berry. So, let's get right into it. She probably thinks that I'm a Starmie, so I'm just going to nasty plot myself to give me a boost, because I'm definitely going to need it. Okay, Zoroark's special attack rose. Masharna went for Charge Beam, but for some weird reason I actually avoided it? That's kind of odd. Well, I can see why she would go with Charge Beam, but the fact that it missed is even sweeter. Alright, so Dark Pulse. And I completely destroy Masharna. And for any of you who thought Masharna looked like an embryo the first time you ever saw it, thumbs up the video, because I want to know that I'm not the only person. Alright, next Pokemon is Ranunculus. This thing is very, very bulky, for a Psychic type, that is. And it's pretty powerful as well. So, hopefully my special attack is high enough to one-shot it with a Dark Pulse. Which, surprisingly, it is. I thought he would survive at least 1 or 2 HP, but no, I guess I was overpowered. Okay, next Pokemon is Sigilif. Flying and Psychic. And for some reason, this thing always reminds me of an unknown. I mean, what do you expect? It looks like it has an unknown for the eye on its head. Alright, so Dark Pulse and take out Sigilif. Yep, no trouble at all. And that was a crit, mind you. Right, Sigilif is taken care of. Our next Pokemon now is Gothitelle. Yes, I kind of predicted that somehow. Gothitelle, pure Psychic, and has Frisk. Which, I don't know why it would have Frisk. Frisk is like, what? Such a stupid ability. It only tells you what the opponent's item is wearing when you can most predictably know what the opponent's item will be, but who cares? I won her. Alright, so Starmie, Zoroark grew to level 62, and that is the 4th of the Elite Four members beaten. Which means we are now going on to the champion. Pokemon, the league is full of desire for trainers to become the champion. Very nice. Okay, so let's go. Now, what awaits me? I don't want to talk to this pillar yet, because I want to check all my Pokemon's particular health conditions. All of them are still at full health, which is really good. I'm going to start with Zoroark first, just to scout what the champion's Pokemon may be. So, let's go with it. Yes, it's exactly like Black and White 1. Same entrance, same cutscene, but a different champion as far as I'm aware, so let's go do it. Cue the Rocky theme. And we're here. So, who's the... It's a lot higher than it used to be. Whoa! That's pretty cool. Welcome, Challenger! Ooh, now that's nice. I'm waiting. What the... Blank text box much? Okay. Well, it looks like the champion is Iris. So, let's beat her, I suppose. It's a pretty cool intro. I'm heated with anticipation of our match. The desire to win is flowing within the heart of the trainer. We will fight at last, facing me, Iris, the Pokemon League champion. I will fight you. And here we go, our final battle against champion Iris. And boy, that is one sweet intro. Man, oh man. And look at that! The entire battle's... Wow. Game Freak, I gotta hand it to you. This looks amazing. Alright, our first Pokemon is Hydreigon, which is not what I was hoping for. Hydreigon, Dark and Dragon. Oh gee, what am I going to do? I need to switch into something that this will be resistant to. The only thing I can think of at this particular point would be Magnezone. So I'm going to switch into Magnezone and hopefully not make that a bad decision. He goes with a Dragon Pulse, which thankfully should sustain some damage. Alright, I'm gonna go with Thunder Wave to paralyze it. But he has Flamethrower. I should have predicted that. Oh, that is not gonna go well. It's not going to... Oh, phew, I survived it. Alright, so I'm gonna go with the Thunder Wave now to paralyze Hydreigon. So he's probably gonna go with another Flamethrower again, so I'm gonna switch into Starmie, because Starmie's probably the only Pokemon I got that's got a super effective move that can do decent damage against this thing. Hydreigon is a dangerous beast. Hydreigon used Flamethrower. Yep, good prediction switch. Alright, so Starmie didn't take any damage, really, if you want to consider that, and I will go with an Ice Beam. Please do some good damage. Wow, that did a lot of damage. And he's fully paralyzed, so it makes it even better. Alright, so when Pokemon get hurt, I feel the same way. Ouch. Does that mean I'm attacking her as well? All the better. Okay, Ice Beam, and that should... Yes, Hydreigon is dead. Whew, I was a little worried there for a second. Okay, so first Pokemon's gone. Starmie got 739, Zoroark got 10,200. Okay, next Pokemon is Lapras. I can stay in for this. Lapras doesn't have anything too dangerous for Starmie, as far as I'm aware. Let's see, Lapras. I'll go with a Thunderbolt, which is why I stayed in. Lapras. Why does Iris have a Lapras? It's not Dragon type. I can see how it's related to the Loch Ness Monster or something, but really? Anyway, it used Sing, and it actually hit. Sing out of all the attacks to use in the game. Well, it doesn't really matter because Starmie has what's it called again? It's got Natural Cure. So if I switch out, he won't have sleep anymore. So we'll go into Superior now. Do some good damage, and he has Thunderbolt, which is a good thing I actually switched out, otherwise I would have been really pissed off if I hit. Okay, so Superior... Excuse me. I'm gonna go with the Leech Seed now, giving me some help against this. Now, she is an Ice type, so it's most likely she has, yeah, Ice Beam. Well, Superior is a little bulky. Hopefully I'll survive it. Yes, I did, with just enough to get me a free turkey this Christmas. Alright, I'm pretty sure I can kill it now with just a Leaf Blade, so let's go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Yes! Good job, Superior. Okay, so 2 of our Pokemon have succumbed so far. 3, 4 left. Next Pokemon's Druddigon. Another Dragon type. I'll switch to Starmie again. It seems like the most obvious choice. Since Starmie is no longer asleep, it will give me a big fighting chance. So, next Pokemon is Druddigon. I will go straight into an Ice Beam for this. Druddigon is not that fast. In fact, he's quite slow. And that's why he's outclassed by all the other dragons. But who cares? I think he's awesome looking. Now, the problem is, he has probably got Sheer Force. Which means that if any attack has a secondary effect, the secondary effect won't take place, but it will increase the damage of it by 1.5 times. Which is pretty much what Rock Slide was. But it doesn't matter because I killed him with an Ice Beam, so... he's dead. Next Pokemon is Haxorus. Okay, Haxorus could be tricky. I'm going to switch into Zoroark, because I think it's a good idea right now. Of course he's, you know, disguised as Magazone. Okay, so Haxorus, this is probably Iris's signature Pokemon. It's got Mold Breaker, which could be problematic. So I'm going to use, while I take this turn, to use a Hyper Potion to fully restore my Starmie, because I'm pretty sure he's going to need it. Okay, so Starmie's fully healed, and he's going to go with an Earthquake, thinking I'm both ground and electric. But how silly for him! Psych! Alright, so what am I going to do to kill this thing? Foul Play. Now that would be interesting. I'd like to see how much damage I do with this. Foul Play. Douche! Foul Play does the damage of the base stat of the opponent's attack stat, and that did quite a lot of damage. But Zoroark lost his life in the process. Well, he did a good job. Okay, next Pokemon to send out will be Starmie again, because one Ice Beam is going to take this out, no problem. Right, so Ice Beam once again. Fire. And Haxorus bites dust. Okay, so what's our last 2 Pokemon going to be? Aggron. Really? This thing's water and steel. There's no dragon. It's not related to a dragon at all. One Surf will probably take this thing out unless it has Sturdy. Alright, so Surf. God, I love this battle background. It looks so spacey, like, love it. Anyway, Aggron is dead, which is good. I couldn't expect anything less. And her last Pokemon is going to be Archeops. Rock and flying, basically a 5th gen version of Aerodactyl. The good thing is, if I can take its HP down to just under half, his attack and speed stat will be nulled to half. So, one Ice Beam should do a lot of damage, although I feel I should have used Surf because I would have been stabbed from that. But it doesn't matter, that Ice Beam was enough to kill him, and that means we win! And we win. Woo! I totally wore myself out there, and we still lost. And that takes care of the champion. Wow, that was some battle. I'm mortified, but it's the key to happiness. Really? Okay, our battle is finally over. I will be still around, though. So you're not getting rid of your title to give to me, huh? Bitch. Okay, so where's the Hall of Fame? Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, friend, go ahead into that room. Hey, quit pushing me! And here's the Elite Four, I guess. I, Iris, have more to tell you. Your Pokemon and you have trained together well. You have got a good heart and have made a great effort in training your Pokemon. Make sure to remember this moment. Oh, I will. I definitely will. Good luck to you, TML64! You've made it. The bond you share with your Pokemon is strong. Your record will be forever written into this machine. I came when we heard you beat the Pokemon League. And here we go! The dramatic Hall of Fame. Number 1, Zoroark. Unfortunately, it's the top screen. Nah, I'll put it at the bottom screen. Oh, I forgot, I'm recording both screens at once. Magmortar. Flygon. Serperior. Magnezone. And Sparkles, the Starmie. I don't know why I never nicknamed that yet. And there's my team. League champion, congratulations. 26 hours it took me. That's pretty sweet. And that takes care of that. So let's watch the ending together. Challenge mode. I unlocked challenge mode. Huzzah! I'm gonna definitely put that into my game when I get in this one. So when the challenge key obtained, challenge mode is the hard mode. Yeah, you can only get for Black 2, and you can get assist mode for White 2. Challenge mode I'm definitely transferring to the Black 2 when I get in Europe when it's released. And it's going to be so sweet when I do it. This key can be given to your friends, so they can unlock it as well. Thank you for that, I need to know. Saving, do not turn off the power, blah 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 blah. Wow, look at that. Fireworks. I'm guessing this is obviously the ending. All Elite Four members are here and everything, so they're going to congratulate me and everything. Well, I gotta say, Game Freak, I've done it again. And that is it. Pokemon Black 2, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a great LP so far. I want to thank everyone who put your support into this and watching this LP. I love you all. Thanks so much. I will be back doing the rest of the game when the English release comes out. So don't fret. The LP isn't exactly over yet. I have to still catch Kyurem and Zekrom still. So for everyone who's watched this, thanks for all the support. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you with the next LP and when this one's continued in the future. Peace out.